Game 3 is what you want. Yes, Game 3 is what you need. You need this Philadelphia 76ers and Toronto Raptors highlight. Let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. Game 3. Let me ask you something before I get into this highlight. Whoever you consume your news from, your sports highlights from on a daily basis, do they have the love and the passion that you see your boy got for it? How y'all doing? I am yours truly, Mr.Taliaferro. I love NBA basketball. Do you hear me? It is my passion. It is my obligation to get these highlights and everything right for you guys because y'all deserve it. Y'all deserve the best. Let's get into it. Philadelphia 76ers, they got home court advantage. They stole it in game 2, and now they're on their home court. Game 3, Philadelphia 76ers hosting the Toronto Raptors. Let's get into the highlight. It was a good game for like 2 or 3 quarters. Out the gate, the guy for Philadelphia that set the tone and was the guy for the entire ball game was Joel Embiid. We're going to call this the game of JoJo. You saw him drill the 3. Now he's on the block. He could have stayed out on the perimeter, took another jump shot. He's like, nah, Mark ain't the defender that he used to be. I'm going to take that boy in on the post. Now JoJo the defender, the great block on Kawhi Leonard. Let's head down on the offensive end. Defense leading the offense. JoJo doing it all early. Tobias Harris drills the 3 off the pass from Embiid. Other end now, it was pretty much Kawhi keeping Toronto in this basketball game. Siakam's been good. Lowry's been okay. It wasn't like that tonight. It was all about Leonard and pretty much no one else. Now, you're going to watch a play here. This got ugly quickly. As you see here in the second quarter, Ben Simmons clearly hits Kyle Lowry below the midsection. Nothing called. Refs really didn't see it. Play will resume. It's getting chippy, man. It's game 3. A lot of legacies are on the line in this series, including JoJo's as he drills the 3. Philadelphia's up 11. Again, Kawhi Leonard trying his best to keep his Raptors team in the ball game. Not a lot of help. Kawhi Leonard goes for 33 points. Very efficient basketball game for him. Getting past Greg Monroe with the left-handed dunk. He needs help, man. A lot of Sixers had it going. Jimmy Butler, he played facilitator in this game. 9 assists. That went to Tobias Harris for another 3. It's an 8-point game. Now Simmons in transitions up top to Jimmy Butler, who jams it home. Butler had 22 points, Simmons 7 assists. Let's go to the third quarter here. Literally, it was Kawhi Leonard versus everyone on Philadelphia. JJ Redick will drill 1-3. Here's another one. All of a sudden, it's a 15-point game. Again, Kawhi Leonard versus the entire Philadelphia starting 5. Kawhi drill a tough 2. That's tough, ladies and gentlemen. More Kawhi Leonard. It's a 15-point game. Give me that. All of that. Over Ennis. He gave it everything he had in this basketball game. Fading away. He was 6 of 6 in the third quarter. He didn't miss a shot, ladies and gentlemen. He had to be this great to keep the Raptors in this game, and he would keep them in this game. But the mistake he made was he sat the first couple minutes in the fourth quarter, and this game would get out of hand. Nick Nurse made a mistake and sat Kawhi, and he paid for it as Embiid drills a 3. Now Embiid and Siakam gonna get into it. Yo, you saw that correctly. Yes. Embiid with the block on Siakam, and Siakam trips Embiid. There is no ifs and buts about it. He kicked that leg out. It is getting chippy, ladies and gentlemen. In Philadelphia, technical foul for Pascal Siakam. We'll keep it moving here. It's a 16-point game. Raptors losing this game, and Embiid comes up with the big block. All right, you gonna trip me? I'm gonna block you. I'll take it out on you on the court. Big play from Embiid. This game was all about Embiid, ladies and gentlemen. For Joel Embiid, he goes 33 points, 10 rebounds as Jimmy Butler finishes. Allen Iverson loves that. 33 points, 10 rebounds for the big fella. A little bit of dancing as well. Philadelphia wins this one 116-95. Wow, they were everywhere in this basketball game. They now have the 2-1 series lead, and it's going to be topped off by this windmill from Embiid and the Shaq celebration back down the court. And ladies and gentlemen, the Philadelphia 76ers are 2-1. Good game to watch. I know it's going to end up a blowout, but trust me, that game was much better than the 21 points that the final score will show. Look, Toronto is in trouble, all right? We then came on this platform after game 1. Kyle Lowry didn't make a shot. And we killed them, right? We said, you got to be better than that. It really was you, not DeRozan, right? Because remember, San Antonio went out and won game 1. So you had guys like me saying maybe DeMar DeRozan wasn't the problem in Toronto. Maybe it was all about Lowry and his mentality. Lowry goes out, loses game 1. Toronto loses game 1 of the first round to Orlando. And then you got DeRozan winning game 1. Then after that, DeRozan struggles and Lowry gets it together. And now we're like, okay, maybe it was just a bad game. Lowry goes out. The Raptors get rid of the Magic in 5. And we head to the second round here. Now we're back to struggling Lowry. This is ridiculous, ladies and gentlemen. This dude makes the All-Star team every year. He's not an All-Star. It's just the Eastern Conference. That is all. The West is much better than the East. It's just the facts. The talent is much better in the West than it is in the East. I feel like CJ McCollum should have his All-Star spot. It just so happens that CJ's in the West and Lowry's in the East. Let me ask you a question. Do you really believe Kyle Lowry could guard CJ McCollum? CJ McCollum has yet to make an All-Star game. Do you really believe Kyle Lowry could wipe CJ McCollum's shoes? I don't. And I think that means something. I brought up Siakam having a okay game. He put up 20 points. I didn't like that trip. I thought that was whack. But Siakam he went 7 for 15 from the field. Again, another game where Kawhi Leonard goes over 30 and he could use more help. Siakam is not the all-star on this team. What he's been doing is great. But if you really think about what the Raptors have been getting from Siakam game to game, is all it did was mask and kind of hide how up and down Kyle Lowry is. When Kyle Lowry is front running, when his team is on one, he can make a three. He can make a big shot. But when his team needs him throughout his career, I just have not seen it from Kyle Lowry, that all-star, perennial all-star for the Raptors. And it's literally hurting them. He was 7 points tonight. Marc Gasol struggling. Serge Ibaka struggling. That Raptors bench, not what it's been in the regular season. They need help. Kawhi Leonard needs help. Nick Nurse needs to go back to the drawing boards, and they desperately got to have Game 4. Now, I actually think Toronto could come back and win a 3-1 series if they're down, but I don't think you want to do that. Just the way Kyle Lowry plays, I don't think you want to even do that. They need to come out and fight and win Game 4. Really, Philadelphia didn't even play their A game. This was a lot of Joel Embiid being great. He kind of made him and Jimmy Butler were just phenomenal in this game. Jimmy Butler, I like what Philadelphia is doing. They're putting Simmons off ball. I think that'll help him in the long run with his jump shot. But they're literally putting Simmons off ball and letting Jimmy Butler run point a lot of it. And it's working, man. Jimmy Butler knows how to get guys the ball when they need it. I like what they're doing. I'm not saying I would do that long term, but for this postseason run, I like Jimmy Butler kind of facilitating a little bit. Hell, Toronto's doing it with Kawhi Leonard. It seemed like it worked a lot for the Sixers tonight as they win Game 3. 21-point win. And this thing is heading to a very important Game 4 that I will also have the highlight for. I'm out. I came from nothing, but I want everything God has for me. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I still represent the culture.
I got the kids. You are now tuned in.
Yeah, we locked in right now,
Mr.Taliaferro.
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 Mr.
Shout out to Mr.Taliaferro.
You're watching Mr.Taliaferro TV.
Mr. Taliaferro TV. Here with the Triple B's, you can't do nothing but win.